Hey everyone, it's Jennifer with stampwithjennifer.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to cut paper for card making. So we're going to start out with an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and cut it in half. You can cut it this direction, but we're going to cut it the standard way, so that will be 5.5 inches. And just cut it in half. When you do that, you get 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper, so it's economical. And it fits into the standard size envelope, invitation size, which of course Stampin' Up! Carries. Once we have that, we'll fold it in half with our bone folder. I like to line up the corners on my table and then fold. Press really firmly with the bone folder. And this will be the base of my card that I will build my colored cardstock front on. So for the front, I like to, when I'm adding mats, either add or subtract 1/4 of an inch. So the front of this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So the piece I'll add will be 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm going to pull in some Island Indigo and 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So you can see I can get 4 of these cards out of 1 sheet of Island cardstock, and that will perfectly mat the front of my card here. And then another stamping tip, when you are deciding what size to cut your paper for wood mounted stamps, which is my favorite, you will measure the wood block. This is from Feeling Sentimental. This is a celebration stamp set, free with a $50 purchase through March 22nd. And so I'll take my wood block and I'll measure it. It is 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. So that's what size I'll cut my white cardstock. 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. I'm going to do my 2 1/2 cut and my 2 3/4. And when you're using your wood mounted stamps, when you do that, you don't have to worry about your stamping at all. It will line up perfectly because you will stamp, or you will place the wood block exactly lined up with the white cardstock or whatever color cardstock. So Island Indigo ink. This is a new pad, so we'll tap gently, center that wood block over the cardstock, and press. Easy. So everything's going to be centered when you stamp this way. And then, to mat this, I'm going to add 1/4 of an inch. So this piece was 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut a mat that's 2 3/4 by 3. 2 3/4. I'm using Rich Razzleberry by 3 inches. Okay, and again we will have a perfect mat for this cardstock. And now I'm going to add a greeting. So on my Island Indigo cardstock, I'm going to stamp Celebrate in Whisper White. I just inked it up. You can see all the lines there. Tap gently. White can be really messy. I'm just going to line that up with the bottom left hand corner of my cardstock, and that doesn't look too hot, so we'll just do it again. That's the beauty of Stampin' Up's paper. It's double-sided. And now we're ready to finish this card. I'm going to bring in some designer paper. This is Sycamore Street from the Celebration Collection, free with a $50 purchase through March 22nd. I'm going to cut a slit up the center and then cut this little V that you see this shape all over card samples right now. It's very popular. That's an easy way to cut it. I will add this to the front. And then go ahead and finish my card. when I started stamping, I had to relearn my fractions, so you can start studying your ruler and learn how to add and subtract those 1/4 of an inches. Even an 1/8 of an inch is a common measurement in card making. If you want the thinner border that you see on a lot of samples online and in catalogs, add or subtract an 1/8 of an inch instead of a 1/4 of an inch. So there you go. That is a finished card. I like to make the base of my card a light color so I can stamp, write a note, whatever I want on the inside, and of course I'll stamp the back that it's handmade by me. So that's it. I hope to see you again at stampwithjennifer.blogspot.com.